Hello guys, welcome again to my channel. We are here in the Toyota Gazoo Gt car at Le Mans Circuit de la Sarthe, and we are in the new Toyota Gazoo hybrid machine, and we are starting this race in 7th place, and I've been quite looking forward to this race. It's one of my favourite tracks on the game, and one of my favourite cars at the moment as well. I've left the telemetry on. As you can see, I've got ABS on. We're on the racing softs. There's only 80 fresh miles on this car, and we are heading in to the second corner here, so we're going to move over to the right there because I saw someone come flying through, go around the third, and I get bumped off a bit. But here is the crime of the century. As we're coming around here, we get bumped off by Ortega, the Spaniard. As usual, Spanish being Spanish and bumping us off. He did obviously get bumped off too. He went off into the wall there somewhere after being bumped by 15 at full speed. As you can see there, I'm getting a bit off track. No grip on these tyres now, and we've got a 0.5 second penalty, and we're all the way back down in the back of the pack. After having quite a good start in 7th, a good qualifying, now it's time to put the hammer down, concentrate and make our move. You can see here now along the Mulsanne straight, this is where we're going to be able to capitalise and be able to catch up to people later on the braking, trying to get through smoother. As you can see, some people are getting a bit out of shape there, and we are just going to stay in the slipstream all the way down this straight, because you know the cars are the same, but once you get into that slipstream and you get that little bit extra, you can see here now we're coming up to the back of the Frenchman, and we pull out there in 7th gear, 200 miles an hour, down to the second chicane, down the gears, and we have him. We are now up to 13th place. Very nice overtake there, keeping it within the lines with our McLaren inspired Toyota hybrid race car. And it looks pretty good, the McLaren livery on it from the Formula 1. I also have a little Welsh dragon on the back there as well, if anybody can see it. It looks quite good. Now down to Mulsanne corner, around now we're catching up to Cannabis VR. We're going side by side with him now. He also has a 0.5 second penalty, the German. And we are chasing, well, we have chased him down. We are now coming down side by side now, and this section can get a bit sketchy, so yes, we do get in front of him, and he's right behind us now on the brakes, hard down to second gear, and there we are. That's our second overtake in the first lap. Now hopefully we can try and gap these guys. Oh, something goes wrong there. Hopefully we can try and gap these guys now after this penalty, and we can get on in our race and hopefully get back up to the front where I actually need to be. And I love these onboard views as well, they look so good. I can't wait to get a VR myself. Coming up to the Porsche curves now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cars here all fighting for position, and we're going to hop, skip and a jump past one. Then we are going to get the next one under the braking here, down into 4th gear there, off the throttle a bit, and back on it again. We are up into 10th place now, into 5th, into 6th, and we are going to be coming up now to the 4th chicane, and here we are down to 3rd gear, down to 2nd gear, off the throttle, back on it, and we're right up into the slipstream of the Frenchman in 9th. Right, now we're over the start finish. We're going into the Dunlop chicane right now, and we'll be heading for the S's now. Still in 10th place, sitting just by 9th there, sitting nicely there. And this race is going fairly well up to now. We're right on him now, coming out of the corners, headed down the Mulsanne straight now, and we are onto him. We have him there in our slipstream. Well, we did, but I've pulled out, and we're going to keep it on the inside for the first chicane down the Mulsanne. flat out there, 7th, down the gears now, into the first chicane. We're just going to slot in behind him there. There's 3 of us here now. I am a Frenchman sandwich here at the moment, and we're out the first chicane, keeping the slipstream, and keep your foot flat. Now we're going to see now how this pans out for us here. We pull out with the slipstream there, in 7th gear, 200 miles an hour, heading down to the second chicane. We're hard on the brakes here, and we have 9th place now as well. And I think that was not a bad move, to be honest. Quite enjoy this track. As you can tell, we're working our way through the field now. We have somebody with a 4-second penalty in front of us, so 8th place will definitely be coming with me soon. Coming down to the Mulsanne corner here now, at the end of the straight, taking it nice and easy on the softs there. There's a little bit of lag going on in this game too. A lot's been going on with the servers this week. And here we are now, we're right in the slipstream of him. There's no escaping it now. And we are heading down now to Arnage, Indianapolis and Arnage. And there's just going to be no escape. 8th place is definitely ours after this, as he has a 4-second penalty. Then we will be trying to get Rico. And people get very close together here again. Great racing. Some great racing after the absolute carnage what was at the start. Somebody goes wide there. Now we are back up. We are into 6th after the other Frenchman has a penalty. So we're back to where we started, plus 1 place, which is good. Which is just what we needed. Now we are going to be heading for the Porsche curves. Nice little section here. Let flow through into 5th, into 6th, down to 5th again, down to 4th. Trying to keep it tight, not that tight by the looks of it. Round his corners, coming out with the Frenchman right behind us. People going wide in the back there, bound to get a penalty. We're back on board now, and braking just before the pit entry there, down to 3rd gear, round the 4 chicanes, up over that curb there, and back on the power. Absolutely great race this. Really loving. I'm loving the chase of it. I'm loving the cars. I'm loving the Toyota Gazoo Cup. Really good competition. And as we all know, the round 1 of the manufacturers will be coming up soon too. So that'll be another race I will be getting onto soon enough. Through the Dunlop chicane, and we are heading now to the big long Mulsanne straight once again. Off the throttle a bit there, tyres warm enough to keep a little bit of throttle on, half throttle, and we are heading for the hunts down 5th place, another German. We are right on his tail here, up into 7th gear, 192 miles an hour, 93, 94, 95, 96. We are in the slipstream here, but are we going to go for this move? No, we're too far back there. We're just going to keep with him. You can see 1st place going off into the distance. Well, that's obviously where we want to be. But with the absolute carnage that happened on that 1st lap, it wasn't meant to be. So we have our work cut out for us here. 6th place, chasing down 5th. Hopefully, yes, we are tagging onto him here now. We are closing that gap. 201 miles per hour, going to the 2nd chicane, down a couple of gears. No, couldn't get him into that one, but we'll definitely be getting him on the next one. If you can't get that overtake, keep behind, keep in this slipstream. So we're going to get into slip. We are in the slipstream now, heading down from Mulsanne corner, and as you can see, there's a flurry of cars about the place. Here we are riding on board here now. He hits me from the back there, but I don't think he tried. We are up into 5th place, past the German. Great overtaking move there. Enjoyed it very much. And like I say, 3rd time I said this race, I love this race. Absolutely brilliant. And the cars as well. So we're heading down now for Indianapolis again, and Arnage. It's really hard for me to remember these corner names. We're off the throttle a bit there, and then hard on the brakes, down to 2nd gear. Some people say to stay in 3rd, I like to come to 2nd. And again, up the gears, and back down to second again here. And we will be heading on the straight now, heading down for the Porsche curves, which is an iconic part of this track as well. So you can see there, 4th, 3rd and 2nd is just up the road there. And that is what we are aiming for at this very moment in time here. Now, heading around the Porsche curves once again. This is an 8-lap race. We're in 5th place. And we are trying to get up to 1st. That's the obvious thing we want to do. But we're not sure how far in front 1st really is. I go a bit wide there on the exit. Still in the 5th, no penalties. We kept 2 tyres within the white lines there. Now we're coming up into the 4 chicanes. And we're right behind the Greek there, I think, who is in 4th place. So, starting another lap now, which I think this is lap 6. We have closed up to the 2 in front now. While they have been battling it out, I have closed up to them. I'm just taking my race, nice and slowly, but surely. This is not a sprint, it's a marathon, as they say. And this is what I've taken into account. I've been knocked down once, all the way back to the back. Instead of quitting, I just thought, you know what, let's carry on, it could be a good race. Quite good in my own head in this track. So we're back up to 5th by now, heading down the Mulsanne straight now, and we're right behind 4th place. Right on him. And there's just no escaping it. So we can either stay or we can pull out, so I decide to pull out. We have to do it. Not many laps to go now. And there we are in 4th place right there, but he comes back. I don't defend, and he goes back through. But it's no worries as we're on the Mulsanne. So, we'll just slip straight back into the slipstream. I will go again. Now 3rd place has a 0.5 second penalty. Now that's going to change the dynamic of this race here. As now we both know we can get this 3rd place, and that is obviously a podium. Heading down to the 2nd chicane, side by side, nearly 200 miles per hour. And we'll be hard on the brakes here now, down to 3rd. We're side by side, we'll let him through. Down to 2nd to get that car rotated again. And we're straight back onto him again, up into the slipstream. It's absolutely intense. There's constant overtaking, constant racing on this game, on this track I mean. We're in top gear now, pull out of the slipstream. We're looking side by side, but he brakes later, I brake earlier. We don't want to be risking anything now in this last part of the race, this final stint of the race. Again, we've just come out of Mulsanne corner now, and we're headed down to Indianapolis and Arnage. We're fighting here for, well, 3rd place we're both vying for, but I am trying to get into 4th place right now. So we just stay behind him in his slipstream. We're going to follow him around. We go for a late lunge, but no, it wasn't going to work. So we just stay behind, keep it nice and calm. 5th place is still a good finish. But there we go, something, he just whips it out a bit. He gets a bit unsteady on the rear end, and I go around the outside. So I take 4th place from him, and then we are heading, well, I'm in 3rd place now. We're heading 3 wide into the Porsche curves. I've dropped back down to 4th, and I'm back up into 3rd, taking that inside line, grabbing a bit of dirt as well, and we have 3rd place there. That move, I liked it, to be honest. So we're up into 3rd place. We're going to start another lap over. The soft tyre, you can see 2nd place there just in front of me in the Red Bull livery. The soft tyres, they're holding on pretty well, to be honest. There's no required pit stops. The fuel was great, and the soft tyres were holding on pretty well. And I'm quite happy I didn't go for the mediums, to be completely honest, or I don't know what would happen, because I don't really know what anybody else is on, to be completely honest. I think everybody's on softs, I think they are. There's no rain in this race. Had a bit of rain in my last race. Spin off as a nightmare. So we've left until the last one to try and get a result. And at the moment it's looking quite good for me. We're in 3rd place. I'm quite happy in 3rd. I'm quite happy to keep on racing in 3rd and just bring the car home for them points. But me being me, I'm going to go for second. So we start to hunt him down. He's just there in the distance, a couple of seconds in front of us, and we are going to hunt him down now before the end of this race. That's what I am hoping. I was hoping for an exciting one, to be completely honest with you guys. So we're going to fast forward it a little bit because there's nothing going on there. As you can see, second place is still in front of us as we come out of the second chicane and we're heading down to the Mulsanne corner. You can just see him there at the end of my screen. And we are just going to chase. Down to second. Tyres are starting to go off on the left hand side of the car. There's a lot of left hand turns here. But we will fight through. Traction control isn't on, it's still off. Now heading down to Indianapolis and Arnage. Keep on forgetting his names. Heading down to these corners now. On the brakes quite hard. You can see how much the racing soft is starting to go off. Heading down now to the Porsche curves. We are in third place and we are just sort of letting this race settle down a bit. We're just sticking behind him. We're not going to do any risks. The tyres are starting to wear and we're just trying to bring this home. Third place, get a good haul of points, but second place is quite close to us. But I can tell you guys this now, there's not much racing going to be here now. Everybody is just for the points. That's all we need. This is round 3, so the points tallies are adding up a bit now over the 4 chicanes. Back down the straights now, heading for the Dunlop curve. But we have skipped forward. We're going to skip forward right to the other end now of the Mulsanne corner, coming around there off the straight. Still running in third place, chasing down second. There wasn't much going on in that lap. We're just following each other at the moment. But the race isn't over. And as we head down now to Indianapolis and Arnage, just after Arnage now, we are riding on board here. As you can see there, the left rear tyre is absolutely shot, and yeah, I think I do stick traction control on 1, I think, in a minute. You'll see it pop up there at the bottom right. Round the Porsche curves, you can see the car's just not sticking as well, dropping it onto the curb there a bit, flick this one down to 4th and just hug that apex, let the throttle go, round again, back on the power. Oh, you see, that's the way the rear tyres are starting to go. Now second place pulls into the pits for some reason. We're literally 1 lap to go. First is way off. We could have had a race there, second and third. All 4 chicanes. Back on the pit straight. We could have had a very good race, but he decided to pull off into the pits. You had to make no stops in this race, so I'm not too sure why he did that. As you can see there, in second place, the only British driver in this group. We're on final lap, lap 8. My fastest lap has been a 3:29.0. That was on lap 5. And now, as you can see there, lap 7 was a 3:34. How much we have fallen off that pace. That is just because of the tyres. Now look at the 3 tyres. My front, left and 2 rear tyres are absolutely shot. Traction control is on 1, just to bring the car home, and you can see there how wide they do go. The only tyre that has any sort of life left in it is the right hand front. I'm running in second. It's going well, it's going great, and you know what, really enjoyed this race, and I can't wait really until round 4. So let's just watch this car. It's like a cinematic, this game, this Gran Turismo game. The cars look so real. So let's just watch it as I bring it home now around the final sector of this track. A very good track. It's been a very good race. Enjoyed it very much. And one of my best performances, I think, in the GTE Cup, Gazoo Gt Cup. One of my best performances I've had. So it's a good point haul. We're just going to take it nice and slow now. And when I say slow, I'm going to take the corner at 120 miles per hour. and just bring it home. As you can see, Sif Joffert, first place, me in second, Janassi in third, the Italian has dropped down to fourth, the German is in fifth, the Frenchman is in sixth. So yeah, it's been a very good race. Hope all the other people here have had a very good race as well. And what a week to be uploading. The week of the Le Mans 24 hours is this week, so what a great week to be uploading a video, I think, especially at the Circuit de la Sarthe. And there we have it, second place has been sealed, the deal is done. Great haul of points there for us for Toyota Gazoo in the Cup, and it was a bit of a long one, guys, a little bit of a long race, but if you've stuck with me all the way till now, thank you very, very much. I hope everybody really does enjoy the Le Mans this weekend. If anybody's going, very lucky. Hope you enjoy that too. Enjoy yourselves. It's lovely weather. And let's have some really good racing this weekend. I'd just like to thank you all again for supporting me. Please leave a like, leave a comment. The videos will be getting better soon, hopefully, with some better equipment. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm really starting to get the hang of it. So, thank you guys very much. And I hope to see you again in the next one.